It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. First and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They go play action for Burrow. Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. Picked off by Drew Tranquill. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up first and goal.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, second down and goal.
Yellow.
Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. They'll run with Pacheco. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. And he misses the extra point. No good, and this will remain a 6-0 game. So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. They'll come up here, first and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Here we go.
Now, Burrow. That's to his tight end, Eric All. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
On 2, ready? Let's get set. 11, Thomas.
They'll run it for the first time with Chase Brown. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards, with Justin Reed up from his safety spot to make the stop. They face second down and 7.
Gun. Stop. Stop.
Burrow. He'll get that to all his tight end. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They bring Chase in motion. They'll run here with Brown. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Give them 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. 1 quarter in the books. 6-0 is our score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this.
I'm fine, ready?
On the move at the 14-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
11.
A carry here for Brown. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score.
Here we go.
He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get.
And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Joe Burrow. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bengals move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They're indeed going, and it's Mahomes. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Von Bell. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the 3rd or 4th read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position. Jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. It's a Cincinnati first down.
On one, ready? Gun, gun. Shot.
Now Brown. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Here we go.
Second down and 8. To throw is Burrow. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs,
and he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And
here we go.
Good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquill. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Here's 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hero 15.
They go play action with Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. 2 plays, 2 nice pickups to start the drive. This one a gain of 18.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again.
That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Geno Stone. And the Bengals are going to take over just shy of midfield.
So in this last possession, Mike, they take the ball away, and they do it from playing cover 3 defense. So what that means is there's 3 deep players. There's 2 corners and a safety. Divide the field into thirds, and everybody else underneath is just looking at the quarterback. Straight zone coverage, played perfectly, leads to a big takeaway.
Here we go, here we go.
first down throw for Burrow. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Now Burrow on the bootleg. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Now the Bengals are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. So now the Bengals use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. He keeps it himself.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly... Thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go.
Now, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Bengals are out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on top.
Just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go from Northwest Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game.
Ready?
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Working quickly here. From the 37. Able to find Ertz. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Remain Pratt with the play defensively.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
3rd and short, Daniels. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Von Bell takes it away. And the Bengals are going to take over after the interception. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
Here we go, here we go.
Tight end in motion left. First get of the game here to Chase Brown. And he'll have it down to almost the 10-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Brown has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Gun.
Here's Brown again. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
On 1, ready?
So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Stop.
Trying for it with Burrow. He's got the Cincinnati touchdown. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
So following the missed point after, the chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
60.
First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Play fake here, Daniels. Complete, it's McLaurin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Offense up to the line fast. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Has a man. It's Ertz. He's got it in the red zone. And now he's going to head out of bounds after a nice game.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Commander's ball as we get back for the 2nd, and they're thinking points. One of the tight ends motioning left. Brought in right side. And he'll go down here at the 16. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's go now. Hurst. Ready.
Out of the gun, Daniels. That's caught for the first. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Now Daniels to throw. Has it down close. And that's a Washington touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdout.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Brown on the inside give. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Bengals with a long ways to go for a score. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. Completes this one to Chase. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the 42. Getting out to his left. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Burrow setting to throw. Finds his man, Chase. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their 1st. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
Here we go.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He'll get this one to Brown. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. The final timeout taken by the Bengals. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Burrow. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
That's caught at the 4. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Right on the doorstep now. Here's first and goal from inside the 1. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flight. That's going to be taken in at the 8. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Gun.
Play action now. Burrow. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The rookie from Michigan there that time. Nice spot here for the offense. It's second and 1. Burrow setting up the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He's on the move. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Burrow. Shovel pass complete. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. Rolling into enemy territory. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
On 1, ready? Here we go. 11.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Got his target, it's Higgins. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line.
On 1, ready?
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Get set.
Now Burrow, headed out right. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Back to throw it. He connects downfield on 4. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the red zone now. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
And he's hit and dropped. So that's going to bring an end to our 3rd quarter. With him picking himself up after that sack.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. From the gun, a give to Brown. Reaches the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a 4th quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
He's throwing for it. This is caught. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has a man, it's Ertz. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Completed over the middle. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40.
Let's go.
Offense in the hurry up here.
19 Tiger.
First and 10, around to Robinson. And there was really nowhere to go there. Just a small push to the 37. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They kick the running back in motion. Daniels from the pistol. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Okay, ready?
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Come on.
A counter give to Eckler. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3.
Tempo.
The Commanders in the hurry up. They're hustling for the line.
Trap 60.
We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their first, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Panther 60. 19 Lions. Bronco 80. Ready.
Staying with Eckler. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. Cincinnati uses its 2nd timeout. Still one more in their pocket to use. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Setting up to pass. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game.
Yeah. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
It's caught. And he's into the end zone. Really smart call here in the 4th. Now a field goal would only tie this game. It's all lined up. Seibert now ready to send this flying. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. He'll look to throw it. He rolls to his right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Here he is to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's going to keep it this time. Wow, and he even stops the clock for him after a nice gain of 20. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Offense to the line for first down, conscious of that single timeout they've got remaining. Back to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Picked off by Frankie Louvu. Along the right sideline, there's space. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
If you say that, you know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Washington calls it second timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. So after thinking it over, they're lining up for 2.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
From the gun, it's Daniels. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Bengals take possession just shy of midfield following the interception and the lengthy return. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
After the pick, here's Burrow again. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that's incomplete. 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The timeout arrives with just 3 seconds remaining in this game, so we've got 1 more snap coming up. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Commanders make the interception on what is the final play of this game. So next to the nation's capital, it's a home win for the Commanders. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. And we are underway in Buffalo. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Burrow on play action. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. Now it's Burrow. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. Down the sideline he goes. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say that their plan worked to perfection.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
This pass complete to Higgins. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. third down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
That is caught. He will have the conversion and more than that. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 54 yards. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's good. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Here's Allen to throw it. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. Play action. Now it's Allen. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. And he'll be knocked to the ground right there at the 22. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. The big fella. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
Allen. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Alert!
Allen now looks to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man complete. A big play here for Buffalo. 42 yards.
What Josh Allen just might have the strongest arm in the NFL. And at 6'5", he can put his whole body into it too. And this, an absolutely gorgeous throw. Perfect arc, and it results in a big, big pickup.
Samuel going to go in motion right. Allen off the play fake. Finding Shakir across the formation. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Keon Coleman from 8 yards out. And the Bills are back within a couple of the lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And it's good to make it 15-14, 1-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Burrow looking to pass. Steps away to his left. Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Able to find Higgins. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. And you don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. To the air, Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up second down. Coleman, the man in motion right. On play action, Allen. Now he fires deep for Shakir. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Alert, alert! Look out!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, home. Half 10. Middle. Stop. Half 85. What's that?
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
A third quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Middle. Look out.
From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. 23 yards the pickup there.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
Five wide. Alert!
Now Allen. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Play action. It's Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions
56,
result.
56. Half 85, half 85. Alert, alert.
So after the INT, it's Allen. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 31 yards. And the Bills have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally. Because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. That one caught by all, the tight end. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there. 72 yards. And the Bengals have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. McPherson now for the extra point. And that will tie our game here in the third quarter. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Middle.
Motion man is Shakir. And they'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Allen going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. First down, here's the run with Cook. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run it again with Cook. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's 3rd down and 5.
Tight.
Allen.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing, Allen.
And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Rolling to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Alert! That's it. 56.
Here's Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Who wants it more? This is 4th and a yard. To throw is Allen. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. No dice for Sean McDermott and the offense. And the Bengals will get the football back. Here's first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow. And that's complete to Brown.
Well, that answers the question in my head. They're going to go for the win right now.
I think you're absolutely right. They're not content with going to OT.
Right?
Time certainly a factor. Under 40 to play. Second down. Throwing. Burrow. Flushed out right. That's complete to Chase. And he will get out of bounds here to stop the clock as he's all the way up to midfield.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Buying time to his left. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Could this be the drive that ultimately wins the game? How about the initiative he just took there? Running with it after he couldn't find a throwing lane, and he drove them into range for a game-winning field goal with that play. What an opportunity they've been presented to come through with the win.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Bills going to be the first to get it as we are back underway here in overtime. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. To throw, it's Allen. It's caught by Coleman. He stiff arms him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Allen. Has his man. It's Shakir.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Flush to his right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. From the gun, it's a give to Cook.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Alert!
Throwing now is Allen.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it.
Down to the 22-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Cook again.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Here's Allen.
Eluding the pressure right. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting? We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win. And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Oh, but he can't get out of bounds. He'll have the first down, but he's brought down in play.
One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown still going inside the 20. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they
GG's, boy.
in overtime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us a dozen miles east of the National Mall at the home of the Commanders here in Landover, Maryland. Here's Evan McPherson. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Go.
Right to the air goes Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. Now he takes off. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. It's second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. That one intercepted. Picked off by Cam Taylor-Britt. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. That is a brutal way to start the game. You're thinking opening drive touchdown. Instead, that third down pick turns into six, Greg.
Yeah, Mike, and every offense all week works on that opening drive. It's such a critical way to get their players and get their offense settled into this game.
Here we go.
And as you said, disastrous start, not only turning the ball over, but allowing the defense to capitalize and take it all the way back the other way.
That is caught. They get the two-point conversion. What a start to this one. An 8-0 edge. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Ready.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. Oh, big hole left side. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, Washington. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone. So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line.
I'm fine. Ready?
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow going to begin this one with a pass. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
Burrow here on 2nd down. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll spot Higgins, who makes the grab. It's a pickup of 13 yards, and the Bengals going to have a 1st down.
Here we go.
off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. They'll try again here. Second and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. What can they do here? This is third and forever. Throwing is Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On first down, Daniels. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
The ball comes out, and he is going to go down. They sack him to end the first quarter.
Franco 80. Come on, come on.
Third and long, and here's Daniels. And that is incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field.
And the rush is going to get there. He'll go down. They were taking a big risk, going for it in their own territory. It will not pay off. It's a turnover on downs.
Here we go.
On the ground, it's Brown. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
On one, ready?
Here's second and 6. Now Brown. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
On one, ready? Gun.
They'll run here with Brown. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Deron Payne there for the stop.
On one, ready?
They'll come up on a second down and 8.
Here we go.
A carry here for Brown. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. Two minutes to go. First half in a 2-point game. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Third and 5.
Here we go.
Burrow. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the veteran linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky. This didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. So the ball still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be
nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst case scenario. Pressure to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
On 2.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Play action now. It's Burrow. He runs with it. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drop.
Here we go, here we go.
They go play action for Burrow. He'll find Brown out of the backfield.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here we go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed. So give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy. And this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now, Burrow. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20.
Here we go.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup.
Here we go.
And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Oh, he missed it from short range. A bad miss. It's no good. And they will remain down by 1.
18, Pioneer. 2.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Let's go now.
Now Daniels. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Go.
Throwing now, Daniels. Now pass deep for McLaurin. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Here comes a return from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Now, faking the give. Taking off.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Here we go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Now, Burrow. He'll get that to all his tight end.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Here's Brown. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. 2nd down and 8.
Here we go.
Back to throw, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
They get 20 on the connection. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. Second and a yard.
Here we go, here we go.
Bone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
On 2, ready? Here we go.
They'll stay on the ground. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They need one right now. 3rd and long. To throw is Burrow. That is brought in at the 10. And he will get into the end zone. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So a big play coming up for the Bengals as they will indeed try to tack on 2. Burrow to throw. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 and extend the lead to 7 points. So a big change here. They go from down 1, score the touchdown, add the 2. Now they lead by 7 as they kick it off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out.
I'll play you. You're trying to play for some money. I'll play you. Trying to play for some money. I'll play you.
It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Off he goes. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Ready. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Jermaine Pratt. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their 2nd pick-6 of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's 1 pick-6, but to get 2 pick-6s in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Play clock down to 0. That is not the way to start a drive.
Ready, break. Come on, set. 19 Tiger, Ready.
Here's Daniel. Now pass deep for McLaurin. Oh, he puts another ball up for grabs, and this one's also intercepted. That's the safety, Von Bell.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs.